Jim's employment folder, and it's kind of thick. But I found some interesting things in there. Of course, his name's James Edward Merritt. Of course, we all call him Jim. I found letters that he wrote, handwritten letters from Ashford, Alabama, in the summer of 1967 to Bob Morris, who was our store manager in Lakeland, talking about, you know, a job. And they went back and forth, and I guess finally they worked it out because Bob ended up hiring Jim. And in his notes, he said he was recommended by Bill Brown of the Frank Wicked Whipper Company. Do you know him? That's why you got the job. Anyway, you know, I guess after getting the job offer, he moved to, you know, according to it said, you know, family, wife Charlotte, and 2 boys, which are all here today. And again, he started on August 28, 1967. On his application, his previous job was at Hand Supply Company in Dothan, Alabama, in counter sales. And his, for recreation, he liked to fish. So, I don't know if that's still. And he started in counter sales for Hammond Electronics in Lakeland, but by January 1st, just 4 months later, he was moved to outside sales, which was obviously his calling, because that's where he's been ever since. I found a couple of, I found an interesting letter in there, and this didn't have to do with business, but I think it had an important message. It was a letter to the owners of Hammond Electronics. And here's what it said. Being 2 old ladies on our way to Florida, we had a blowout, and we want to express our gratitude to Mr. Jim Merritt for helping us. By the way, this was dated 1978. And then it went on to say, we feel your company is fortunate to have his type in your employ. And boy, were they right. It was signed Jelka James, Naples, Florida, and Mildred Watts, Lexington, Kentucky. Do you remember that, James?
I remember something about the breakdown out of the 60s, but
There was no order involved, so you don't remember.
And then when the invitation to this came out, you know, we got an email from one of your customers, and I want to read what she said. It's from Janet Wright at Jabil. She said, it saddens me to say that I will not be able to come over for this special day as I have to cover my department that day. I can't even begin to tell you what a pleasure it has been to work with this man over the last 9 years, and how I will miss his knowledge, his support, and his smiles. You got a smiley face. I refer to Jim as my Southern Belle gentleman, and he is truly a wonderful soul. Thank you so much for thinking to invite me. It means a lot. Speaks for a lot of people. And you know, both of those I think were important because Jim really is a true gentleman, and we really have been fortunate to have him in our employ all these years. But more important, and I think this applies to me, but I think it applies to all of you too, he's more than just an employee or an acquaintance, he's a true friend. And so thanks, Jim, for all the memories.
thank you.
Want to say anything?
Now that you've given me that.
Big Jack! Cut loose, Jack.
Well, on behalf of Shar and the boys here, my family, I just want to say a personal thank you to each one of you for everything that you've done to help me along the way to make my career with Hammond a success. And it's truly been a team effort all the way through. And I have to say that I never really, on most days, never really thought of it as a job, because I always got up looking forward to going out and seeing my friends who were my customers. And so, and it's been that way over all these years. And I don't know, but except for one or two that I don't feel that way about. But I really do appreciate the opportunity. And for those of you who are left to carry the torch into the coming decades, you have a great place to work. John, Mr. Hammond before him, always treated me and my family with respect. They took care of me all during the years when I had my bout with cancer. They were there for me all the way. And so it's just really a privilege. And I just want to say thank you to every one of you.
Hey, floor is open.